I'm Dr. Brian Roadhouse. One of the tests we do is Cyrex for cross-reacting foods. And without this test, a lot of patients come in here, we wouldn't be able to help them. Because most of the patients that come in have a multitude of areas that just aren't functioning properly. So we could do everything right. Let's take, for example, we do the testing, we find out that this patient has a gluten gene, which means basically gluten is poison to their system. This isn't a big problem for 90% of the population, but for the 10% of the population that has the gluten gene or any of the gluten genes, which we test for, and we find that out. The first thing that you're going to do, or if you think you have a gluten problem, you read, you heard it on the news, and you're going to go, well, maybe I'll try a gluten-free diet. You go and try a gluten-free diet, and maybe you feel a little bit better, maybe no improvement at all. Two things could be a problem with that. Number one, if you've had a problem for a long time, just getting off gluten probably isn't going to do it for you because there's too much damage that's been done. And that's why we do all the lab testing and find out where the damage was done and then fix it, get it taken care of. So if you tried a gluten-free diet and you didn't get any better, you got better for a little bit, and now you're not feeling good, or you've lost the results that you had, could be that. The other thing it could be is if you look anywhere on the internet, or if you go to any of the grocery stores that specialize in gluten-free products, you're going to get a list of these things over here are healthy foods and they're gluten-free. Well, if you have a gluten problem, they're probably going to tell you, well, you can't eat gluten, but you can eat quinoa. There's other things that you can eat. Genetically, you could have a cross-reacting problem with gluten when you eat these healthy foods. So when patients come in, we don't have a clue as to what their cross-reacting food is. You can't look at someone and say because it's genetic. These are foods that are on a healthy food list. I've had patients, it was tuna. I've had patients, it was almonds. I've had patients, it was quinoa. I always say quinoa because it's spelled Q-U-I-N-O-A. And when you say quinoa, people don't understand what it is. The reason I say quinoa, because it's important. If you have a gluten problem and you have cross-reacting, we do the test, and quinoa is your cross-reacting food. You eating those healthy foods is just as bad for you, has the same reaction as if you are eating gluten. So that's why we do the testing for the cross-reacting foods, because if that's part of it, you could do everything else right and the patient's not going to get better. I hope this gives you some more information so that you can, make a change in your life where you can get back to being that person you used to be. Most people that come in, they long to feel like they did when they're 18 or 19 years old. Some patients have felt so bad for so long they've lost hope, they can't even remember what it felt like to feel good again. If you're one of those patients, I'll guarantee you haven't been tested properly. Give us a call and we'll do the tests that you need to do.